Welcome to The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. Now let's take a moment to hear from our sponsor, Good Samaritans Academy. Welcome to a world where education is more than just textbooks and exams. Welcome to Good Samaritans Academy, an online K-12 school that's redefining the way we learn history. We go beyond the traditional, diving into African American history and the African descendants of U.S. slavery, highlighting the untold stories and unsung heroes. We believe in teaching a holistic view of U.S. history, intertwining tales of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Abraham Lincoln with those of Ida B. Wells, Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, Martin Luther King Jr., and Rosa Parks. Good Samaritans Academy. Go to our website or call 708-726-0383. See you at registration. Our expert instructors and personalized learning plans ensure every student's unique needs are catered to. At the Good Samaritans Academy, we're more than a school. We're a community, a haven of knowledge, and a beacon of enlightenment. Dive into the depths of history with us. Discover, learn, and grow at Good Samaritans Academy. Good Samaritans Academy. Go to our website or call 708-726-0383. See you at registration. Often tainted with dirt and sediment, possibly unsafe to drink, clean, or bathe. The residents, mostly Black, are boiling their water, an echo of a bygone era. The root of the problem? An aging, neglected water system. The city's infrastructure, just like in many American towns and cities, is in dire need of an upgrade. Yet instead of channeling federal funds to fix the water system, the state's leadership under Governor Tate Reeves is considering a state takeover of the water system. This tactic is not new. It's a pattern we've seen before, often leading to the privatization of public resources, a move that seldom benefits the community. But there is hope. We can change the narrative. We can ensure that Jackson's water system remains a public resource, managed locally and serving the community it belongs to. This is not a matter of politics, it's a matter of basic human rights. The residents of Jackson deserve clean, safe drinking water. It is a necessity, not a luxury, and we must treat it as such. The city of Jackson has been asking the state for more funding to fix the pipes that service Jackson residents. These pleas have fallen on deaf ears. Now it's time to amplify them. We must take our advocacy further. We must appeal to the Department of Justice and the Environmental Protection Agency, urging them to prioritize the water issues in Jackson. Let's listen to this clip.
The sound of plastic. A signal to students in nearby classrooms that today Wilkins will have access to safe drinking water. But that's not always a guarantee.
And what is your product? Good job, good job.
Amy Stewart is teaching math to fourth graders in one of those nearby classrooms.
We waste water?
And it's not getting done.
The Biden administration awarded billions in funding for more than 7,000 road, bridge, and clean water projects across the country.
Never again can we allow what happened in Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. Can never let it happen again.
On weeks where donations are low, Amy buys water for her students with money out of her own pocket.
It just seems like we're forgotten. We're just forgotten right here.
We've been following this school for over a year. Months ago, the water pressure was so low, students were forced to use porta potties outside. Principal Cheryl Brown helping kindergartners line up.
There you go.
I look at our younger students.
All right, now you stay right here.
All they know in a school is a school where they have had to go outside to porta potties. That's degrading. It's inhumane.
We need to flood the inboxes of the EPA and DOJ with public comments advocating for Jackson residents. This is a call to action, a plea for justice, a demand for basic human rights. We cannot afford to stand by while the people of Jackson suffer.
Prime focus of the night, where we give viewers a look at the humanity behind the headlines. Tonight, we go to Jackson, Mississippi, where residents are still in a fight for clean water. A recent wave of federal funding came with a promise that help would be on the way, but it may take years to see real progress. In the meantime, the city's predominantly African-American population feels the impact of America's failing infrastructure each and every day. Our senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott takes a look in her new series that follows the money of major federal aid programs and the people in communities falling through the cracks.
appreciate you, Mom.
These fifth graders at Wilkins Elementary School should be in the classroom right now.
Can you all be careful, boys?
It's not time for recess. This is not a study break. In fact, these students were pulled out of class to help load donations of water off this pickup truck and into their elementary school. They're just 10 to 11 years old, carrying stacks of water half their size.
Be careful, boys. Be careful, be careful.
For much of the year, nothing from the faucets is safe to drink. All across Jackson, more than 300 boil water notices have been issued in the last 2 years alone. That means entire weeks could go by without access to clean water from the city.
No water pressure, no water.
Say forget it because of what's going on now. I will not fail them, not at all, not at all. They deserve it. A fair chance, they deserve it.
See you.
What's happening at Wilkins is happening all across Jackson. More than 300 boil water notices have been issued in the last 2 years alone. That means entire weeks could go by. At town halls, hundreds of frustrated residents packing in, demanding answers.
Why should we have to feel like we in a third world country?
But the water crisis in Jackson didn't happen overnight. There have been years of finger pointing. Local Democratic leaders say Republicans have left behind a capital city where over 80% of the residents are black, and a quarter of the population lives below the poverty line.
What I have done is challenge the leadership of the state in order to address the failure to fund Jackson over time.
Without access to clean water from the city.
No water pressure, no water. Dry.
We get up Christmas morning to open gifts. My wife wants to wash her face. And the biggest Christmas present we got was nothing out of our pipes.
At town halls, hundreds of frustrated residents packing in, demanding answers.
Why should we have to feel like we in a third world country?
Projects across the country.
Never again can we allow what happened in Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. Can never let it happen again.
Mississippi received $429 million to address water infrastructure directly. We asked the mayor for an update.
None of the money has been allocated at this time, and the application process has not been released by the state.
But there was an application process. ABC News has learned leaders in Jackson did not apply for any funding from the bipartisan infrastructure law passed last year and only recently applied in 2023.
You depend on your city, your federal and your state government to help you in times like this, but they're having infighting over the politics of it. You know, they say they're allocating money. Where's the money? Who's spending the money? What's the money being spent on?
The state is now expected to submit a plan to the EPA for how that money will be spent, mandating that nearly residents are where they have been for years, waiting for something to change, still keeping hope that one day avoiding tap water will not be a way of life.
You know, this is bipartisan. This is black, white, red, yellow, Democrat, Republican. You know, it's not about me, it's not about you. It's about people having clean drinking water.
Clean drinking water just seems like it would be the bare minimum. Rachel Scott joins us now. Some powerful words there from that Jackson resident feeling these problems firsthand. So, Rachel, this is going to be an ongoing series. Explain what your focus is going forward.
Yeah, Lindsay, well, so often you know this, we cover the negotiations about how bills and legislation gets made. But this focuses on what comes after that. What happens after these bills are passed? Where does the trillions of dollars in spending go? And so we're really looking for some sort of accountability here. And oftentimes there are communities that fall through the cracks.
You know, clean looking running water. And that's another thing, clean looking.
Do you trust that the water is safe?
No, I don't. I don't drink it. I have not drank Jackson City water in years. I always buy bottled water for me to drink.
Still washing my cabbage greens.
The grandmother of 7 often has to prepare meals for her entire family, just using bottled water. She can go through 3 cases of water on just one meal.
We shouldn't have to go through this. We really shouldn't. But, you know, what can we do? We rely on our officials to do what they need to do to fix it, and it's not getting done.
The Biden administration awarded
It's not getting done.
The Biden administration awarded billions in funding for more than 7,000 road, bridge, and clean water projects across the country.
Never again can we allow what happened in Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. Can never let it happen again.
Everywhere.
This is a temporary setup because that pipe's crushed.
And how long has this workaround been in place?
As far as I know, it's been maybe 8-10 years.
When something goes wrong at the water plant, the impact will soon be felt by Jackson residents like Glenda Barner.
I try not to think about it. I get up and I walk in the bathroom when I first get up and I turn the water on. I say, oh, it's a good day. I've got good, clean looking running water. And that's another thing, clean looking.
Do you trust that the water is safe?
No, I don't. I don't drink it. I have not drank Jackson City water in years. I always buy bottled water for me to drink.
Still washing my cabbage greens.
The grandmother of 7 often has to prepare meals for her entire family, just using bottled water. She can go through 3 cases of water on just one meal.
We shouldn't have to go through this. We really shouldn't. But, what can we do? We rely on our officials to do what they need to do to fix it, and it's not getting done.
We cannot afford to stand by while the people of Jackson suffer. In summary, the water crisis in Jackson is a ticking time bomb. Its solution lies in active advocacy, in using our voices to ensure that the people of Jackson are not forgotten. We must demand that federal funds are allocated to fix Jackson's water system, that the state ceases its attempts to take over the water system, and that the EPA and DOJ prioritize Jackson's water issues. The time to act is now. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. This has been The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video.